By the end of this video, you will know why you should keep your standards high and don't allow complacency to take a stronghold in your life. Hey guys, I'm John Kokolakis, and you're watching Grow with a Lawyer, where we talk about various issues and everyday problems that entrepreneurs and small and micro businesses face on a daily basis to help you get one step closer to reaching your goals. Have you heard the story about the frog in the pot of boiling water? As the story goes, if you take a frog and you throw him in a pot of boiling water, he's going to jump out. He's not going to sit there. He's not going to stay there. It's hot. It's boiling. Survival. Understood. That part makes sense. The interesting part is if you take the frog and you put him in a pot of regular water, room temperature water, he'll sit there. Now, if you turn the flame on and slowly simmer the water till it gets to a boil, the interesting part is that the frog will not jump out. Eventually, the frog will boil to death. This is what I've experienced or seen with many people, myself included, in that we become complacent, right? And complacency is similar to the frog that's in the room temperature water and slowly gets to that level of complacency and doesn't do anything about it. As opposed to that sense of urgency that the boiling water gives, where the frog would react immediately in an instant. So what's my point? My point is that you have to be aware when you're falling into this complacency. It's not healthy. It's not good. The question then becomes, how do we get there? Now, complacency will generally happen one of two ways, in my opinion, at least that I can think of off the top of my head. And one of those ways is where we've set goals and we've met those goals. We've accomplished those goals. Excellent. But we failed to take the next step. We failed to set the next goal. And so we met the goal, we're there, we're fine, and 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years later, give or take, we fall into this complacency, and not unlike the frog, we are now in a pot of boiling water. Death. Another thing that can cause complacency is standards. Not having high standards, or having high standards and allowing our environment, whether it's our relationships or other aspects in our environment, who don't have our standards, and we accept that. And over time, little by little by little, by accepting one piece of behavior, a second thing, a third thing, we've slowly lowered our standards. As the water was simmering and going to a boil, as were our standards being lowered. Think about it. So if you have high standards, you need to keep those standards and don't allow yourself to lower yourself because of your friends, family, or your environment. Try to be aware if you see this happening around you and don't allow it to happen. We cannot lower our standards. We have to be true to who we are, irrespective of everyone around us. It's very, very important. Tying into what we discussed earlier with complacency is that when we have our standards to reach, let's say, that particular goal that we've set, we must raise our standards. We ourselves must constantly be raising our standards to take us to the next level, and the next level. Because the day we stop to do that, we fall into complacency. And we are once again in the same scenario as that frog. What do you think about that? Make a comment down below and tell me your thoughts as to, or if you can rather tell me if you can think about a third option that would be comparable to what I discussed as far as complacency and as far as standards. This happens, by the way, in all different types of relationships. It could be a relationship with parents and child. Sometimes it's the parent on the end of being complacent. Sometimes it's the child. It happens in relationships, husband and spouse, significant others, where one is lowering themselves to the standards of the other, as opposed to either bringing the other person, raising them to their standards, or knowing where they're not on the same team. They're not at that same level. And it's an inner death to stay in that relationship. And sometimes you got to know enough to walk away. What are your thoughts? Again, if you like this video, subscribe, hit the little notification button, okay? And I really would like to know your thoughts. But before we go, before we go, I have somebody here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come around this side. Oh, you want to be there? Come over here. Come here. Ah. So how you doing?
Good.
Yeah? You have something you want to tell them?
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah. But are you going to be working on your own channel?
Yep.
Yeah? Do you want to tell them what it's about?
It's a secret.
It is?
Yep.
You heard it here first, guys. We got a new channel coming soon, brewing in the works. But the topic is going to be a secret. Let me ask you something. Can I come on your channel and ask everyone to subscribe?
Yep.
I can?
Yep.
Okay. Are you going to still keep coming on mine?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. You be good, baby. Give me 5. All right. Now get out of here.